So what did I learn after almost 2 years without drinking alcohol? Well, first that it's not that hard if you do it for the right reasons. If you don't do it for yourself, it probably will never stick. That your inner dialogue is one of the most, if not the most important thing. Believing that you have control over yourself, I believe that it's a must. I mean, some people, they say that you have to give control to a higher power. I say whatever works for you. That no one cares about what you do. What I mean by that is if you're only relying on other people to help you out in your progress of bettering yourself and not drinking, it's probably not gonna work. People have their own problems to deal with. You might get that, oh wow, good for you. That's amazing, I'm sure you could do it. Kind of push at the beginning, but after that, you're gonna realize really fast that you're alone in this. That might sound harsh, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, you're alone with your thoughts and you're the one that's gonna make it happen or not. Also, I've learned that it does get easier with time. I would say for me, it took about 4 or 5 months before I stopped really thinking about it. And also you realize that you might have less in common than you think with people that you thought you had a lot in common with. Quitting drinking alcohol will have a natural cleanup in the relationships in your life. Having a hard time with the lighting again. What a surprise. And some people will try to make you drink with them. Kind of becomes like a little game for them. That's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, if you're serious about your decision, it shouldn't affect you that much. But Jonathan, be honest, how much do you really miss drinking? Do I miss my foggy brain? Tiredness, mood swings, lack of energy, lack of patience, the recurring feeling of needing a drink at the end of the day? Nope, not at all. But do I miss the taste of a good red wine, a good scotch, a good IPA beer? Yeah, I could say I miss it a little. You know, I've come to realize that what I was missing the most was the ritual that came with drinking alcohol. Chilling with friends, loosen up, having like fun conversation, or even alone at home, just opening a good bottle of wine, unwinding after a stressful day. I noticed that I had associated doing all these things with drinking alcohol. Alcohol gave me permission. I've become to believe that without alcohol, I couldn't do these things. It was clearly a learning curve for me to do without, because I've been drinking for almost 30 years, practically every day. So what are the reasons why I quit drinking? Well, it's simple. It was money, health, and curiosity. I saw this video about 2.5 years ago with Andrew Huberman. I'm sure if you're watching this, you heard about that video. And it went viral, and a lot of people actually did quit drinking alcohol because of watching that video. I mean, it took about 6 months after watching it, percolated in my mind. And at some point, I'm like, I just took the decision. And to be honest, it scared the hell out of me. I am getting older, and if I can do something to feel better mentally and physically, I'm willing to try it. Now, I know at some point I'm gonna die. I'm not trying to live forever. That's not the point here. But I would like to die from old age or something unrelated to a thing that I inflicted to myself voluntarily for years. I don't know about you, but I would feel like such an asshole if the doctor would call me and say, "Yes, hi, Jonathan. This is your doctor. I just wanted to let you know that you will be dying of a cancer because you drank too much alcohol in your life." Yes. Now, how do I feel after almost 2 years of not drinking alcohol? I feel incredible. Of course, I'm not saying that everything is pink clouds and fairies. Life happens. But at least I feel rested. I feel better ready for anything coming my way. But Jonathan, what are the changes that you notice in your life after quitting drinking alcohol? I would say it's a 1000% change in brain sharpness, creativity, dealing with my emotions, dealing in stressful situations. I have a lot more patience, more in tune with myself. I've never felt and looked better in my life. Would you listen to that pretentious prick telling us how good he looks? I just feel that I look a lot healthier than I used to do when I was younger. My workouts are much more efficient. I actually found a new passion, the climbing thing. It's completely insane how much time you end up with when you stop drinking. Money-wise, I don't think I've ever been that comfortable in my life financially. And one of the reasons for that, yes, I did save a lot of money because I wasn't drinking, but also had so much free time by not drinking, I started learning new things, including how to manage my money and become financially literate, which probably would have never happened if I kept drinking, because I always thought I was too dumb to learn these kind of things, that it was out of reach for a guy like me. Well, it turns out that I'm much smarter than I thought I was. I was curious to see how my life would be if I used 100% of my potential. And sure enough, I started my YouTube channel, started producing a lot more paintings. It feels like everything got easier. Turns out that life wasn't so hard after all. It was just making it way harder for me by drinking every day. Thinking that I needed to drink to relax from my stressful life. But if you think about it, it's kind of a vicious cycle. You think that you're relaxing from your life by drinking every day, where in fact, you're just making it way harder on yourself. It's kind of a never-ending loop. Show you something. It's my friend with his dog outside. His name is Kunto. Oh, hey. Who's a good boy? I believe this is a great question to ask yourself. How much of my potential would I like to be using? And there's no right or wrong answer to this. But if you're truly honest with yourself, you will know exactly what to do to achieve your full potential. And for me, it was crystal clear. I needed to quit drinking if I wanted to use 100% of my potential. Speaking of questions, I've been asked a couple of questions in one of my past videos. One of them was, how was my life since I quit drinking? Well, I don't have any more drunken hookups. You know, those wonderful one-night stands where you wake up in the morning, you don't really know where you are or who you're with. And I don't have to deal with all the anxiety that comes with having a one-night stand. It's a net positive, if you ask me. The other one I got was, what was the sign that you knew that you were drinking too much? And that one is quite easy. If you ever ask yourself, maybe I drink too much. Do I drink too much? I wonder if I drink too much. You got your answer. You drink too much. And it was supposed to be just for a month, but as the benefits kept piling on, I just decided to keep going. And I've been asked many times why I don't do more sobriety content. One thing I hate about people when they become sober is it just becomes their whole being. That's all they can talk about, that's all they can think about. And I think to some extent that's not helping you. Well, I mean, in my opinion anyway, if talking about it every day helps you, you know, you do you. A part of being sober is just being able to live your life, you know, not talking about it every day. And for myself, it's simple. I cracked the code. I just needed to get busy in order not to think of drinking. I just expanded my horizon, tried a bunch of new stuff. That's what it looks like in my head, being sober, is just living life. Because if you're sober and you're still talking and thinking about it every day, you're still a prisoner of alcohol or drugs or whatever you're addicted to. The whole point is to escape it. I understand that there's many levels of addictions. Everybody's different. And my opinion is solely based on my experience with quitting drinking alcohol. And I believe that it's this way of thinking that got me through the hard time and is the reason where I'm at now. One of the hardest times during the year to be sober is the holidays. Parties, family gatherings. People get drunk and they expect you to drink with them. And if you don't, they ask you what's wrong with you. I said it before and I'll say it again. Alcohol is the only drug that people will ask you if there's something wrong with you if you choose not to partake in drinking with them. And it sucks because you would like to go to the parties, you would like to be able to enjoy that family time without feeling the pressure of being obligated to have a drink. Because we all know that when people get drunk, they get stupid. It just is what it is. So if you want to make it easier on you during those events and not have to justify yourself every 2 seconds to your aunts and your uncle and your cousins on why you choose not to drink, you could just tell them that you ate something and you got the shits, that you just don't feel like it, and that's the end of that. That you got plastered last week and you still feel sick. Keep it short. Find any reasons other than the real one, which is to better yourself. Trying to be healthier, to achieve your 100% potential. I know I can hear you telling me, oh, Jonathan, explain to me the reason why I should lie about the reason why I don't want to drink. It's the holidays. Your family, your friends, everyone is together. You haven't seen each other for a long time. People are looking forward to be with you. They're looking forward to spend all this time together. They're looking forward for the great food, but they're also looking forward to drink. And the last thing that they probably want to hear is how you found this new way of living that makes you feel absolutely amazing. And that will most likely highlight the fact that they might have a problem with alcohol. Nobody likes a party pooper. Don't you be that party pooper. Unfortunately, if you go to these parties, you will have to deal with peer pressure. But that's the part where you're gonna truly find out how much self-control you have. And also, if the holidays are stressing you so much to the point that you have anxiety and you're scared that you're gonna break your sober run, you're allowed to put your foot down and say, you know what, this year I'm not going. Now, I don't feel strong enough to go through this. I'm skipping this year. The people that really love you will understand that. And the fact is, you don't need to justify yourself to anyone. And you have to remember, it's much easier to say no to the first drink than it is to actually stop after the first drink. And if you do have a drink and you do break your sober run, that's fine. It happens. It's not the end of the world. You can always stop after. Don't beat yourself up too much. I still don't know if I'm ever gonna drink again. I just feel like we have to stop thinking of ourselves as sober or not sober. We're not fucking robots. We go through different stages in our lives. For me, right now, my stage is being sober. Who the hell knows what's gonna happen in 2 years or 6 months from now? I don't want to think about it. Well, I hope this video could help you in any way. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. It'll be my pleasure to answer you. If you know someone that would like to hear something like this, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll speak to you real soon.